Hi, I'm Andy Acton.
And I'm Chris Strevens.
This is Dentology, the Business of Dentistry podcast. To think we originally spoke with Nicki Rowland in August 22, episode 53.
Episode 53.
I'm staggered at how much has changed in just over 2 years from what was an embryonic idea to where we are now with the Magic Dentist.
And especially when you throw in her health.
Yes.
And I say, it was, as we say, when we spoke to her, it was an idea about, toothbrushing in children in schools. And now those guys, when you listen to it, where it's evolved to and where it's evolving to is like, whoa.
But also for dental practices, because, underpinning the whole thing is you can improve the oral health of primary school kids. It's a great reason to do something. But then also from a dental practice point of view, the exposure and the PR opportunities you'll get by being involved and centering yourself in the local community. There's massive upside for dental practices to get involved in
and
this.
I also think that there's got to be, hasn't it, in the dentist, there must be that's a really good thing to do.
Yeah.
We know that running a practice is hard. Being a dentist is, it's a tough old job, isn't it? And you're sort of hammered on lots of sides. Yeah. It's not easy, and most of the people who come to see you don't really want to see you anyway. But I'm not saying they all do, but then it must be lovely to think actually I can really do something to make a difference. It's fascinating.
Yeah, and the ideas she's got for 2025 are remarkable. And we're going to put some links in the guest notes for some of the things that are coming down the line. But no, it's lovely to catch up.
Lovely to catch up. Brilliant.
It was.
Enthusiastic as ever.
Absolutely. And if you've enjoyed this episode and you're a new visitor, then you're very welcome. Hello. Yeah, we always like new people joining us.
We do. It's lovely.
And something you could do to help us, if you could subscribe, that would be great. And if you want to leave us a review, that would be great too. So here's the episode.
Especially if it's a good one.
Exactly. It's always nice, isn't it, when we do a recording and we kind of get, a guest, a friend coming back on.
It is. And I think it's always almost not, I don't mean like a new thing, but it is. It's called different, and it's like another great conversation. And we find out more, and it's brilliant.
And also the conversation we're about to have is all about something that's kind of evolving over time, and where it was at the very beginning to where it is now.
Itty bitty idea.
It's not an itty bitty idea anymore.
That itty bitty idea has grown into something bigger.
Let's welcome back Nicki Rowland. Nicki's a well-known face and voice in dentistry, co-founder of the Exceptional Leadership Academy, the ELA, consultancy and training organisation that supports dental businesses to thrive and grow. But also, and what we're talking about today, is Nicki is the founder of the Magic Dentist charity. Yeah. Welcome back, Nicki. How are you?
Hello.
Thank you so much. I'm not too bad. It's been a bit of a grueling year. I've been having treatment for breast cancer all year. So to be fair, the Magic Dentist has been my absolute fuel. That's what's kept me going, got me out of bed every morning. Wow. It's not been easy. As you know, setting up a charity is never an easy thing, but it's kept me focused, and just the results that we're seeing are just awesome. And we're having so much fun. I've always been in a very scientific world since I left university, but I think this has helped me unleash my creativity and my big kid. That is for sure.
Well, I must admit, the things I've seen on LinkedIn, it just looks like it's a bit of a hoot, really, when you come to do some of the training with the kids. It's like fascinating, I think.
Oh, it is, and I think that's the whole point of the exercise. It's a multi-pronged attack. The magic is just bringing awe and wonder and fun and entertainment to everybody involved. So not just the children, but the parents, the primary school teachers, and the dental care professionals that are getting involved. I think our industry's had such a tough time and continues to, and to bring some magic into the workplace and have so much fun with it. Yeah. It's just so uplifting. It's a real morale boost as well.
Yeah. And I think where kids are involved, anything that can be couched in the context of fun, they're on the right path, aren't you?
Absolutely.
We were talking just before we started going live here. August 22 was when you came on for your episode with us.
I can't believe
we can't believe
it is amazing.
It was 2 years ago. And if we think back to then, I think the Magic Dentist was just an idea, it was kicking around, you were just kind of working out how to get it started and where it's at. And now it's a registered charity, which is incredible. Could you perhaps just explain to people that wouldn't be familiar with what the Magic Dentist is?
What it is?
Yeah, exactly what it is and what you do and kind of what it looks like for people.
Essentially, I'm on a mission to make sure that every child in the UK has access to dentistry. And we know that's a huge challenge, with the dental deserts. I mean, where I'm positioned in the UK, I'm surrounded by dental deserts, North and South Lincolnshire and East Yorkshire and the Humber. We're just devoid of dentistry, and it's just the impact that's having, particularly on children. The schools that I've been going into here locally, some of the children are 7 and 8, never seen a toothbrush, don't know what to do with it. We're seeing 5-year-olds and younger having full clearances of their milk teeth under a general anaesthetic in hospital. It's just stuff we should not be seeing.
I get that.
Mad, isn't it?
The thing is, to get to 7 or 8 years old, and I'm not parking the blame at the parents' door and kind of absolving dentistry of any responsibility here, but I find it remarkable that there's parents that have never introduced their children to a toothbrush and some toothpaste.
Is it because they don't have good dental hygiene, or do they just not think about it? I mean, and there must be, because ultimately at the end of the day, the parents are the ones who govern what your child does.
The thing is, by virtue of them being parents, the man and the woman obviously got together, kind of there was some intimacy. I would hope that oral hygiene was
not necessarily man or woman.
Andy,
I would like to say
no, but it's oral hygiene would be quite important in that setting. So you assume that the parents perhaps do understand the importance of it, but it hasn't translated through to kids.
Let me put that question to Mrs. Rowland. What do you think? I mean, is it parents, kids, combo? I mean, it's a fascinating one, really, isn't it?
There's 3 things here, really. I mean, there's a huge fear of the dentist, full stop, which stops a lot of parents going in the first place and taking their children. Secondly, I think there's a huge education piece in and around it. I think a lot of parents haven't been educated. They don't understand the knock-on effect, not just to their oral health, but their systemic health. So I think there's numerous things, but also, I mean, I'm knocking on the doorstep of Hull here. We have so many homeless people. The poverty crisis has hit hard, and that is a big national picture now. I mean, I'm going to be working with the Harris Foundation in London, and Lord Harris oversees the foundation, and there's a lot of primary schools within the academy that he oversees, and a lot of those children are homeless. If they're lucky to live in a B&B.
Wow.
I mean, it's a shocking state of affairs. So I think parents really genuinely are struggling to put food on the table. So things like a toothbrush and toothpaste are just bottom of the agenda. They just don't even compute because, feeding the children is priority.
It's a hard life.
It's really tough out there.
I remember when we spoke to you last time about the itty bitty idea you had, and I think some of the stats were like overwhelming, really, because you sort of think, I can't believe that because part of me says, it's nuts, isn't it, that you have to come up with an idea that you then have to engage people to then basically get someone to teach a small child how to clean their teeth.
Yeah.
And this is being driven through schools, which is great because obviously the kids go to school. I guess it doesn't capture everybody. If you've got kids who are homeless, it won't capture them. I guess the work you're doing.
Actually, Andy, it does. Some of these children, the majority of these children actually do go to school in London, and literally the teachers.
Oh, so it does catch virtually everybody.
Yeah, the teachers wash them, help them brush their teeth, put them in a uniform, teach them, feed them, everything. And then they just, they reverse all of that at the end of the day and hand them back to the parents. Wow. So yes, we are catching homeless children in schools, and that's why we're taking the approach that we are.
Do you find any schools, Nicki, that you've approached who've been not welcoming, or is everybody welcoming? They're saying, no, great, it's a great thing to be doing.
I've been very surprised, Chris, but so far so good. And I think the reason for that is that the poor old primary school teachers, they're just overwhelmed with everything that they've got to deliver. And they're now having to deliver oral health education as part of the national curriculum. And they really don't know where to start. I mean, I've got a lot of friends who are primary school teachers, and they are having to make it up as they're going along. They're given a framework for the national curriculum, but they've got to find all the content.
I didn't realise it was part of the national curriculum. It is. Oh, wow.
It is. So what we're doing, or have done at the Magic Dentist, is we've written a whole education piece to be taken into primary schools. So it's six main lessons, and we've got everything from the basics of the anatomy of the tooth and why you get toothache if you don't brush, all the way through to a lesson about diet. We've got one about exercise, because it is about the whole body. You know, we hear about the mouth being the gateway to the body. You know, we want children to be healthy per se. It's not just about their teeth, it's about everything. So we've built out 6 lessons, and each of those lessons has a workshop alongside it. And within those lessons, the children learn a magic trick. Cool. And part of their homework, and all the magic tricks have got underpinning oral health messages. So I've got one here. I've learned how to do this myself, which I can't wait to show people. But part of the child's homework is then to go and perform that magic trick to parents, friends, anybody at home. So we're turning it on its head, so the child is being empowered to educate the adults.
Wow.
To really then try and nail this problem that we're having of adults not doing the right thing as well.
Also, I love the idea it's gamification, but without using tech. And so many things these days require you to have, a subscription, a mobile phone, tech. Whereas for lots of the people you're trying to get to, they're not in that world. So turning it back into the core basics, they can still get involved and take part. And that passing it back up the generations is really smart, really smart.
And it's how we spread the word and how we get those oral health messages viral. So next year, when we officially launch our Adopt a School programme, we have got some really exciting stuff going on. The precursor to the Adopt a School programme is our Train the Trainer programme. Right. So what we're doing is training dental care professionals. It can be an oral surgeon, it can be a reception team member, it doesn't matter. Just somebody who's committed, who wants to make a difference. We're training them up to go into schools to teach the teachers how to deliver the education piece. And within the education piece, we've brought the book to life. We've got 2 animations. Alongside the animations, we've got exercise books. We've got stickers with QR codes on, so the children can take the stickers home, stick them to the bathroom mirror, scan the QR code, and it takes them to the brushing animation. And we've brought the little tooth bunny and the girl in the book to life in that particular animation. As I say, there's magic tricks. The children are going to learn to make the magic tricks. So as they're making them, they're consolidating all the messages. And then, as I say, we're going to go and ask them to teach them and perform them. And again, it's an empowerment thing, because a lot of children that we're seeing get bullied at school because oral health issues can make them smell. They can get excluded. There's a lot of mental health issues in and around oral health. So if we can empower children to take back control of their oral health and their systemic health, that's the whole idea of driving this. So once the teachers are taught, we're hoping it will be a bit of a snowball effect, because historically, and this is a bit of a pattern that I see, dental practices tend to go back to the same school every year and just teach the next tranche of children coming in. But what we want to do is empower and teach the teachers, so our trained dental care professionals can go to the next school, and spread the word as well. So that's the model. So we're looking for people to sign up to our Train the Trainer events, which will be rolling out in January. We've done our launch. We've done our guinea pig session in Lincoln, because Lincoln's the capital of our dental deserts. So that's all been launched. So we're really looking at the minutiae of detail and the feedback that we've got from that to make sure we've got it nailed down.
But if you could let us have if you could let us have the link so people can find out if they want to get involved and they want to become somebody who trains trainers. Yeah. If there's a link that they could click on to find out how to get more information about it, that would be great.
Oh, that would be awesome, Andy. We don't right this second because we've got to plan locations. I'm talking to some dental groups that are involved, so we have to decide where in the UK those locations will be. But I've got my team behind me. The Train the Trainer events delivered by myself, Dr. Ash Sonergy.
Right, yeah.
You guys probably know Ash. He's a magic dentist. Yeah. So he's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And we've got another guy called Callum Weaver on board. He's our magician that's inventing all the oral health magic tricks. And he used to work with Darren Brown.
Oh, wow. Excellent.
We couldn't have asked for better. He's awesome.
Oh, brilliant.
Absolutely. So, and he's an amazing performer. So anybody who comes to the Train the Trainer events, they are going to be seriously entertained as well as learn all the stuff.
And it's amazing, really, isn't it? To be able to deliver it in so many different ways. You must have had to sit down and have a big old session about working out what you wanted to bring, what you wanted to be able to deliver and how you were going to be able to deliver and who was going to be able to do it. And then, did you do the writing or did someone else do the writing or, your course, whatever it's 6 weeks or something?
For the teachers.
Yeah.
I've done most of the writing with a lot of research behind it, Public Health England research and things. But we've got we've actually got faced camera teaching, and we've got an amazing team that have done that. We've got Dr. Trishala Lakhani.
Oh yeah.
She does all about the diet. So we've got her dressed as a chef. We've got Sarah Joy Lendon, who's the virtual hygienist. She does all the brushing instruction. We've got Chinwe Okanu. I can never say her name properly, but lovely Chinwe. She does the lesson in and around the anatomy of the tooth. So we've got her sat there with a mortarboard on like a teacher. So we've got some incredible content. And we've also produced a 20-minute little video of bringing the book to life about Zach, the little boy in the book, going to visit the magic dentist in his practice. So we've got lovely Dr. Martin Tariani as our magic dentist, and Bobby White Vinny Thandy is our tooth fairy. So we have got some incredible people who've jumped on board and supporting this and given their time. And obviously you guys and Ollie have done some incredible filming. I mean, it was Ollie that did the filming of our little video, and it's just brilliant, and it just brings the book to life, and it just shows children exactly the kind of experience that they can have as well.
This week's episode is brought to you in partnership with Ultimate Dental Business. We know as guys who have supported dentists for over 25 years and through hosting this podcast that building business skills in dentistry is vital. Time and again, we hear from dentists who tell us that they find the business side of dentistry the most challenging. And we know that stress and pressure comes from doing things we don't feel well equipped to do. That is why we are delighted to be part of Ultimate Dental Business, the new dental business hub delivering top-tier business training for dentists. Founded by Dr. Brad Thornton and Dr. Krupal Shah, Ultimate Dental Business is a response to the lack of robust dental business education currently available. Through our effective collective discussions with dentists, it was clear they most needed good structure and effective guidance to give them the knowledge and tools to be successful dental business owners and to create a business that serves them rather than the business that takes all their time and energy to keep going. To find out more about developing your own business education, click on the link in the show notes or go to ultimatedentalbusiness.com.
And make it fun.
And as you're saying it, you get the sense and the appreciation of just how much goes into this. Lots of people see kind of, it's a book. Oh, yeah, you're going to school. But just hearing you talk for the last few minutes about all the elements that go into it. And I guess in an ideal world, this is to get young children to appreciate the importance of oral health through games and fun and experience. And then I guess the next stage is to try to encourage them so they actually go to a dental practice. And I imagine if they're not brushing, they've probably never been to a practice. And sadly, dentists aren't always portrayed in the most positive light in the media.
No.
So you've got, Finding Nemo. The kids might have watched Finding Nemo, and the dentist isn't kind in that. And adults may be familiar with the film Marathon Man, and Laurence Olivier's character, Dr. Christian Schell, he's not exactly the kindest of dentists. So there's all this evidence out there that dentists aren't nice people. So is there work also required in encouraging the young people to visit the dentist for the first time, and what that might look like?
We've actually thought about that as well, Andy. So the next step, once we go in and a practice adopts a school, is that what we're doing is encouraging that practice to run a Magic Dentist Day in their practice. So it would be like inviting those children into the practice on a school trip. Right. Obviously, parents would be given the option to opt out if they didn't want their child to go. But again, what we're looking for is that any child that's in pain, we're getting them out of immediate pain. And then we are providing sustainable dentistry for them through their childhood. Now, obviously, NHS provision is minimal and it's going down and down and down. So the idea behind the charity is to raise funds to put children on private Magic Dentist care plans.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
And that would be essentially where all our funds would be going to support those children to have that sustainable and ongoing dentistry. So lots of initiatives ahead for next year to support the Adopt a School programme. So one of the really exciting things, can't wait for this one, we've partnered with a challenge app called Gold Challenges here in the UK. And it's GOALD because the guy who set it up used to be a professional footballer. So, and his app's got a reach into 149 countries. So we want to take our Magic Dentist challenges viral to educate the masses. So we're looking to launch the first challenge in January. And it's something that everybody can get involved in. Children, dental practices, getting their patients to do it. You could do it in the office, guys. So I won't give the game away what it's going to be yet.
Oh, brilliant.
But essentially, the challenge app, you can donate straight to the challenge app. So if, let's say, somebody donated £5, we're hoping that the care plans that we're going to set up for the children will be £5 or £6. So if somebody donated that, they know that they are going to keep that child on a care plan for a month. So they know exactly where their money's going to be going.
I think having that direct link for charity is really important, isn't it? Definitely. I think so much seems to get lost in administration, operations, delivery, all the infrastructure stuff. But being able to see your £5 literally fill through to a plan, and knowing that a child somewhere will get to see the dentist for that month is lovely.
Absolutely.
And fairly recently, you got
but that we can't fund it as a government.
I was going to say it's terrible, but it should.
Any Labour politicians listening, sort it out.
And you fairly recently got charity status, didn't you, for the Magic
back
Dentist?
in April.
What was that process like? Because I imagine that probably wasn't particularly easy.
It's like pulling teeth. See what I did there?
Grueling. There's no other word for it. Grueling. The red tape and the hoops. I think you mentioned money laundering, Chris. They certainly make sure you're not going to be doing that.
Making sure it's terrible, isn't it? It's such hard work. I mean, I understand why. But you can understand why people who don't have your drive and ambition and enthusiasm sort of go, oh, sod it. Do you know what I mean?
Hard.
It is unbelievable.
It is. The hurdles you've got to jump. I mean, all the red tape. You've got to have policies and procedures for everything. And everybody will know what I mean by that. CQC and all the policies and procedures is a very similar thing. A charity's got to have all of those things. You've got to have your board of trustees. So I've now recruited an amazing board of trustees. They've all got to be DBS checked, as have my team members that have been involved in building content.
That's true. As children,
I've got to have a safeguarding lead. You've just got to have everything lined up, ready to go.
But it's weird, isn't it, how these things kind of, they almost turn up at the right time. You were saying at the beginning about your own personal health struggles, and it's not been an easy time. You've got all this on the other side. And I always think that something like this, it diverts your attention away and it gives you real purpose, doesn't it? So it sounds like it's really flipping hard work. But then also there's kind of some weird irony that it's come at a time when you needed something to kind of take you away from your own situation.
Take you away from chemo.
Well, yeah, and give you some focus. And it's funny how far the Magic Dentist has pushed on at the same time in parallel.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, and I think because I've had to take my eye off the ball with regards to my normal everyday business because I can't travel.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. It's just given me that opportunity just to focus on this, which for me, I think any health issue, particularly when it's something like cancer, it does make you sit and really refocus about what you want to achieve, where you want to go, and what the future looks like. And I'm just so passionate. I really am. I really want this to make a massive difference. And I'll always do my day job and go in and do compliance and leadership and all of that with practice, because I find that so rewarding as well. But to have this on the side, that's so much fun as well, and giving everybody such pleasure, that the people that are involved, and seeing the difference and them all feeling that. And that sense of achievement, and to know that we're making a difference as an industry.
Powerful. It's interesting, isn't it? There's similarities. One of my friends was a policeman who retired and then became a driver for Sainsbury's. And he said the biggest difference he noticed, that there was a point to this, the biggest noticed difference was that when he was a policeman, nobody was interested. But when he became a Sainsbury's lawyer, everybody wanted his help, because, carrying food in or whatever. And it's sort of that there's in my eyes, there's sort of this correlation of you as your businesswoman with you going in and talking to people about compliance. And whilst people know they have to do it, they're not wonderfully excited about doing it. So you sort of, I'd imagine in your journey of that bit, you're delivering something, but the people you're delivering it to, you're a bit like, a necessary evil.
Yeah.
So but whereas this is, it's a little bit similar in the fact of the organisation and what you're trying to do, but actually everybody's really welcoming to you, and it must be amazing for you, because you must be like, actually, I'm doing something that people are really wanting, and actually saying they want it and enjoying wanting it, as opposed to, oh bloody hell, I have to have it. It must be great from a personal point of view.
It is. It's fantastic, and honestly, no word of a lie. I've had so many pinch me moments when I've thought, I will ask. People can just say no. They don't have to jump on board, but I've never had a no. Yeah. And recently I had an idea what I'd love to do around the education piece in schools. I want it all to really come to life. And I think the bit about diet, there's no better way of a child learning about diet than going and cooking it themselves, or actually not cooking it themselves. If you've got a no-cook quick recipe. So we're now writing a second book, a Magic Dentist cookbook, and it's all going to be magical recipes, all with an alchemistic twist to make it exciting. And I'm working with a guy called Alan Coxon, who a lot of the younger viewers won't know, but he's a celebrity chef. And he's international, he's well acclaimed, he's a TED speaker, and he has recruited 12 celebrity chefs across the world, all to send in recipes. So we've got the recipes coming in as we speak. Our Mauritian chef used to be King Charles's chef at Highgrove.
Wow.
I mean, we've got some awesome people, I can't tell you.
So remember that itty-bitty idea?
It's crazy. And your daughter, Izzy, did the illustrations for the original book. Is she doing them for the cookbook?
She is, and she is so excited to do caricatures of all these famous people. She can't wait.
Brilliant. Amazing.
Yeah. So it's all coming to life, and we will have some new characters in there. So watch this space.
It's gone from just being that one thing. You're going everywhere, aren't you? As in the ideas, it's not just about brushing your teeth.
And it's a lovely catch up, because, like I say, when we originally spoke, he's like, "Oh yeah, I've got an idea, and I'm just working on this thing. And I don't quite know what it
don't know if it'll work or not. I'm sure people will be interested."
And I guess we've had a little bit of an insight, because, like you say, Oliver on the FJ Media Science helps. We kind of kept track of what's going on, but I had no idea the plans you've got for the year coming are quite so grand, which is exciting. And it's something that needs addressing. It's not just nice. The output from this is going to be, we're going to end up with so many more kids in primary school that understand the importance of oral health. They know how to brush their teeth. They'll be pestering their parents to try and get a toothbrush or toothpaste.
And that's got to help the parents as well, isn't it? As you were saying, I can't quite remember what there's trickle down and something up, isn't it? So whatever it is up to the parents, saying, "Hey, I'm cleaning my teeth. Why aren't you cleaning yours?"
Yeah, absolutely. We've got one final thing that we're working on as well. We're creating the magic dentist wrap, as in the song. We've condensed the book into 2 minutes with all the key oral health messages, Public Health England messages in there. And a local school, their year sixes, have produced a wrap.
Wow.
And I want to make a music video out of it. Again, I want another means by which, probably older kids, because the animation, the brushing animation's more for the littlies. We want something a bit more funky for the older kids. So we're going to have the magic dentist wrap so they can, sort of strut the stuff, brushing their teeth. But also we want to be able to use that as part of a music project in schools, for the children in schools. And they can learn the song, they can learn all the lyrics, and they'll be learning all the oral health messages as they're going along at the same time.
Well, there's a number of rapping dentists. There's a number of dentists that rap and have sung over time. So, and Loven from Chairside, he's done some stuff, and Suggs, the copywriter. So there's quite a lot of people that have got kind of musical angles. Me. Honestly, I will kill your project. Your project will die on its arse, honestly. Do not. Absolutely terrible.
No, you're more of a dancer.
My dancing and my singing are good bedfellows. Yeah, in the gene pool was not kind in dancing and singing for me. No, it wasn't good. I'm delighted for you, Nicki.
That's really brilliant.
I think from a project point of view, it's going well, and you're in good spirits as well, which I'm pleased to see. Which is
in good health.
Important.
Yeah, I'm just elated to have got through my chemo that finished on Thursday.
Brilliant.
And that I can just move forward with things. My plan is this weekend to be at the Dentistry show. So one of our ambassadors has offered to share their stand with us. Lovely. So it's now just getting visibility. Now I can get out and about and just get people on board, get them signed up for the Train the Trainer and the Doctor School programme, get them involved in the challenges and having fun while making a difference. That's what it's going to be all about.
Brilliant. That's lovely.
You'll recall last time when you joined us a couple of years ago that we have 2 questions for you. And as a returning guest, you don't get away. You still have to answer those same 2 questions. We haven't changed them from the very beginning to where we are now, 160 plus episodes in. We always ask the same 2. And the first one is, you're a fly on the wall in a situation. Where are you and who's there? Do you know? I've been thinking long and hard about this, but while I've been ill, I've been having a lot of dreams about flying. And apparently that's meant to relate to ambition or something you want to achieve. So that might just be, magic dentist sort of thing, subconsciously. Yeah. But I mean, how awesome would it have been to be in the airfield when the Wright brothers made that first flight? And to to see it, recall it, see them repeating that. I think they made about 4 or 5 flights in one day, in the same day, didn't they? Taking turns. And just to know that you are the first person ever to have done that. It must have almost been unbelievable for the people watching. Yeah. For the engineers involved that understood the science and the physics behind it. But for other people who are watching, just seeing this creature lift off from the planet and sustain itself in the air, it must have been unbelievable. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, what would the Wright brothers think now if they could see what's been achieved since they took that first step? I mean, to see their faces as a fly on the wall now, to know where it's all progressed to. When you look at SpaceX and you've got these self-landing rockets coming back to Earth and things, it's amazing, isn't it? And it's not that long in terms of time.
Was it 1908?
Yeah.
Was it 1908?
Yeah, it's 120 odd years, isn't it? It's not long.
Was it 1908 or 3? I can't remember now.
Can't remember.
Yeah, it's not that long. It's not that long, is it?
It isn't, to see where we've progressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
And if you could meet somebody, who would you like to sit down and meet? Yeah.
Okay, well, this is a bit of an obvious one, really. It's sort of top of my wish list. I would love to meet a celebrity chef with young children like Jamie Oliver or Gordon Ramsay, to get them involved in the next part of the project. That would just be my dream come true. It really, really would. And get their children involved. Or even Greg Wallace. It would be awesome to have a magical master chef, wouldn't it?
That'd be cool.
So I would love to meet somebody like that. So if anybody out there knows them.
Hang on, let me just look at my phone.
I mean, Jamie
I'll give Gordon a call.
Oliver's done a lot of work with schools, hasn't he? In trying to improve
he has, absolutely.
School lunches.
He's got to be a good bet, hasn't he?
There already. And I mean, some of the, going back to the cookbook on our homeless children, what we're doing, some of them live in B&Bs and they've got a toaster and a kettle to hand. So we're going to be using the kettle as a magic cooking pot.
Right.
As well. So we're looking at making recipes doable for every child, but also having non-cooked recipes, something that they can do very, very quickly, but highly nutritious as well. Brilliant. So
it's a really clever plan, isn't it? Because like you say, we're all incredibly fortunate and we're in a position where we don't necessarily think the fact that some people's only means of preparing food would be a toaster and a kettle. But to have a cookbook that accommodates those people as well, it really is trying to engage as many people as possible. It's good for you, not just pot noodles. Sorry, nothing to do with pot noodles. Please don't. So we're just trying to cover every base, really. And it just all keeps evolving as I keep talking to people and exploring different avenues. It's just been so organic the way that it's all developed, really. It's not, like you say, Chris, it hasn't taken a lot of thinking about, because after a conversation you think, oh, that could work. So you're almost being fueled by ideas from other people all the time as you're having those conversations. It's just been really awesome. And we've got Nottingham Trent University. They're going to be one of their research teams is going to look at the efficacy of what we're doing when we launch the Adopt a School programme next year as well. So any dental practice that jumps on board, they've got the opportunity of being part of the research piece to see that we're making the difference that we intend to as well.
That's brilliant to have that efficacy report. That would be great as well, because then it becomes statistical.
Absolutely.
It doesn't surprise you in the least that it's going so well, because you've got so much energy, Nikki. Honestly, you're like a whirlwind. We just sit here quietly and you just like, I've got all these ideas and it's going to happen and I'm doing this. But it needs somebody like you to spearhead a project like this, because as we've said, it's not hard. So it's not easy. It's hard work.
It's so easy.
It's so easy. But it's difficult, and you have to keep chugging away, and you're bringing people on. It's good, and I'm excited for what's coming next year as well. So there's
definitely.
a lot of
Thank you so much.
things.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, go on.
No, I was just going to say, I think when it really floats your boat when you're a big kid underneath, it's not the hard work that it seems, because it's
it's amazing. I think it's amazing how it's evolved, really. From the
we're just over a year in since the major launch, really.
Your idea to where it was to where it's evolving to is like, whoa.
And it's making a difference, isn't it? It is making a difference.
Really good.
It's not one of those things that's just nice. It will actually, if you think, if you can get into kids at the age they're very young, and then they can carry that through as a behaviour for the rest of their life, which then they may then pass on to their children because they didn't have it before.
It's generational change, isn't it? Really? Which is pretty cool, isn't it?
The impact it has is quite remarkable.
Yeah, and it's just also exciting. Yeah, I can't wait to get all the projects launched next year.
Brilliant.
Cheers, Nikki. Always a joy.
Thank you very much.
Lovely talking to you again, guys.
Thank you for letting us know so much about it.
As always.
And we'll probably be seeing you at an event or somewhere sometime soon anyway.
Yeah, are you at the Excel in London at the weekend?
Not this one. No,
this time.
I'm at another conference. I can't make that one. But there's more than enough stuff. This time of the year is quite busy, isn't it? Dentists and dental organisations seem to like dinners, squeezing every event they can in between the end of September and the end of the year.
Obviously halfway through the budget year.
Exactly. Lovely. Cheers, Nikki. Look after yourself.
Cheers. Thanks very much.
No problem at all. Cheers.
Okay.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Dentology, where we discuss the business of dentistry. If you like what you heard, please do subscribe where you found this episode. That would be amazing. And also follow us on Instagram.